Let's do this. Robert was pretty nice. A little odd, but nice. And ruggedly handsome. We should hang out. I typed out a message to him on Dadbook. Hey Robert, good seeing you again at the cookout. Wanna grab a drink? I sit there for a couple seconds, hoping he'll message me back. Hey, it says that he read my message. I anxiously wait for a response. Should we twiddle our thumbs or watch cat videos? We'll watch cat videos. I start down a rabbit hole of cat videos and Robert quickly vanishes from my mind. I didn't realize how long I'd been doing this, but by the time I watch maybe my 30th cat video, Robert pops back into my head. I jump back over to Dadbook to see if he's responded yet. Nothing. Well, I guess the guy's busy. I might as well make the best of my day. Oh! Draven, no! Why were you crying? It's okay, you didn't miss much. We messaged Robert to hang out and he left us on red. And that's about it. That's pretty much all that's happened. I get up, walk to the living room, then sit down and turn on the TV. Food Channel. Ooh, Meat Hell is on. You have 10 minutes to cook a 5-course meal that must include these ingredients: steak, lemon meringue pie, paper clips, and a hammer. If you are unable to finish cooking, or if any of these ingredients are absent from the dish, we will release the wolves. Oh my god. I'm not kidding. Please help us. I lose several hours to whatever hell that was. Sighing, I get up and walk around my house. My stomach grumbles. Time for lunch. Well, I guess it's time for old Chef Dilf to cook a gourmet delicacy. I walk over to the refrigerator and open the door. Sorry, Draven. Make a sandwich. I make a sandwich in its entirety while standing there. Who needs plates? The Standwich, a lost art. I admire my work for a second before I clumsily drop the entire thing on the floor. No! I look around and remember that Amanda's not home. This is still good. 5-second rule, right? I reassemble my sandwich, peeling pickles off the floor and putting them back where they belong. In my mouth. Wait, I'm a wreck. I finish my snack and walk around the house some more bored. When's Amanda coming home? Oh, I just remembered something. When we were packing up the old house, we found an old basketball hoop that we would hang off the door. It would really bring the living room together. I wonder where I put that. I'm okay if you drop, like, a roll on the ground and you pick it up, because, like, it doesn't, like, stick to the floor, it, like, bounces. But the fact that we said that we peeled the pickles up off the floor is disgusting. I spend a couple of minutes poking around the new place until I find it. After installing it above one of the doors in the living room, I'm ready to dunk. Oops. Come on and slam! I take a leap from the free throw line and rocket that sucker down the net. The crowd goes wild. And welcome to the jam. That's true. I pull up from the three-pointer line, breaking ankles and sinking a fadeaway. And I forget the rest of the words to this song. No look behind the back shot. No look behind the back hook shot. Everyone's on their feet. Something Space Jam. Dad? I turn around to see Amanda standing in the doorway. Her eyes are a little puffy, almost as if she's been crying. Hey, Amanda Panda, you alright? What are you doing? I, found the hoop. And I'm taking it to the hole.
Oh.
Pass me the rock. Lays the ball to Amanda. I lead the league in blocks, set the record for rebounds in my rookie year. Think you can handle this?
Ah.
What's a rebound? When someone misses a shot and the other players try to retrieve it. That's a...
Hey!
Just kidding. Amanda zigzags past me and tips a layup into the hoop. Amanda's so cool. I love her. Art of War, bitches. Amanda, language. Sun Tzu didn't care about language. I would argue that Sun Tzu cared very much about language, so once you write something as timeless as the Art of War, then you're allowed to swear. Like you're getting bullied by people that you thought were your friends, and then you come into your dad going, bam! Amanda sticks out her tongue and dunks for another 2 points. Seriously though, are you okay? You look like you've been crying.
Ah.
Oh, dude, I'm cool. I just saw like this really cute dog on the way home, and it let me pet its belly. I couldn't contain my emotions. Are you sure that's all you're upset about? If there's, anything going on, I just want you to know that I'm here for you. Oh my god, Joey! No! There's only the second time dreaming! Oh my god! Y'all are mentally ill. I just want you to know that I'm here for you, and I'll always be here for you. Whether you need a shoulder to cry on or a strong dad to go kick someone's butt, I'm only a phone call away.
Ah.
Thanks, Popsicle. I appreciate that. But I'm fine. Really. I'm unconvinced, but I'll stop badgering her about it. I'm sure she'll tell me when she's ready. Oh, okay. Just making sure. Maybe you should be less concerned with my face and more concerned with the full court press. Amanda and I play ball for a little longer. Then we cooked dinner together. We managed to not almost burn down the house this time. Afterwards, Amanda and I dig into a carton of ice cream over an episode of Chopped, Toddler Tournament. What you have in front of you is a molecularly deconstructed sweet potato with a brown sugar demi-glaze with creme fraiche, of course. This is literally a jar of baby food. The toddler immediately bursts into tears.
Huh?
Are we bad people for watching this? Yes. Then my computer dings. Huh? What's that? Oh, you probably got a message. Amanda and I walk over to the computer and check Dad Book. It's a message from Robert. You up? What are you doing? Not the you up text, Robert! Robert! I can't. You up? What does that mean? What you doing? What am I doing? You're just chilling. I'm just chilling. I type back just chilling. Amanda deletes the G and hits send. Just chill. It'll make you look cooler. A couple of moments pass by. Another message pops up. Wanna grab a drink? Hey, that means he wants to hang out. I know what that means, Amanda. But it's kinda late. Come on, Pops. Live a little. I am living. With ice cream and traumatized toddlers.
Ah.
Well, it's your life, but I think you'd have a lot of fun tonight. You are trying to get to know the neighbors better, aren't you? Ugh, fine. I type back a message to Robert asking him for details, and he tells me to meet him at Jim and Kim's. Well, don't wait up for me. I never do. I throw on a nice jacket and run out the door. It's only a short walk to Jim and Kim's, and it's a beautiful night. You guys are so mean to each other. I walk into the bar and see the usual crowd of barflies drinking beer and watching sports. I spot Robert at the back of the bar and wave hi as I walk over. Hey man, how's it going? Hey buddy.
Hey.
Ahoy there, Skipper. Robert and Mary are here? Uh-oh. I brought Mary along. Figured we needed a drinking buddy. Oh man, I was excited to get to know Robert a little better. Now I have to deal with this weird married lady making passes at me.
Ugh.
Don't look so scared, kiddo. We're just having a drink. Yeah, speaking of which, I think it's time for the first round. What are you having? Whiskey, straight up.
Oh.
A dad after my own heart, huh? Robert orders. No! Y'all? Do I need to? Do I need to? I will turn this car around right now. No. Do we need to wait to do Robert until Friday? We have food at home. Do we need to? No. Oh my god. Y'all. You know, I don't know. Because he's probably had the least amount of trauma. Do we need to wait to romance Robert until Friday, or y'all gonna get a handle on yourselves? Robert Beasley. Are you guys gonna behave? Oh, this is Robert. Joey, this is Robert right here. Okay, Robert, thank you. Robert orders 3 shots of whiskey and passes them between us. Well, this wasn't how I expected my night to be going. Oops.
Hey.
Here's to bad decisions and relaxed moral values, fellas. What have I gotten myself into? We all knock back the shots. I almost choke on the whiskey as it burns down my throat. Holy hell, that was a kick, Mr. Roboto. Oh, absolutely. Because Mary's in an unhappy marriage. I look over at Robert and Mary, who seem like old pros at this. Robert grabs his jacket and throws it on. Let's get marching. What?
Oh.
The night's young, Chief. Come on, we're bar hopping. Oh, alright. We leave the bar and start walking down the street. I still don't know this area of town very well, so I just follow Robert. So where are we headed?
Oh.
Irish hour drinking. It's an Irish pub. A good pun is the whiskey to my heart.
Ugh.
Puns are the lowest form of humor, monsieur. Try harder. Ouch! Am I gonna be the butt of the joke all night? Jesus, Mary, put your fangs away for a second. Not 4. We walk into Irish Hour Drinking. The bar is pretty much the same as Jim and Kim's. Yeah, except for the old-timey Irish memorabilia on the wall. Okay, here's my theory. Is that she initially hooked up with Damien, and then she was like, no, like, I can't, he's more like, I can't do that to him, you know? And I feel like her and Robert, like, get together drunkenly, randomly, and then, like, never talk about it again. And then, you know, obviously Joseph. Next round, what are y'all having? Whiskey hasn't failed me yet. Let's do it. Robert orders 3 more glasses of whiskey, and we post up in a garish green booth. Mary slides in and sidles up next to Robert, which makes me breathe a sigh of relief.
Mm-hmm.
Let's sip this one, why don't we?
Ah.
Suit yourself. Mary immediately downs her shot in one gulp and burps loudly. That'll put hair on your chest. You are truly the paragon of grace and beauty. Everyone in chat agrees with you, Joey. Mary is absolutely hot as fuck. Mary grabs my drink and sips on it.
Ah.
Hey,
Hmm?
Monsieur, be a dear and get us another round, will you?
Hey.
I don't know how to process this evening at all. I get up and order another round of drinks from the bartender. As I head back, I see Mary and Robert have a lively conversation. Robert roars with laughter. I don't think I've ever seen that guy smile, let alone laugh. I take a seat across the booth from them and pass out the drinks.
Oh.
So Edith's kid snuck some pot brownies onto the table at the last bake sale. And I spot this little hemp sweatshirt gremlin in the act, so I go up to Edith with the baggie and I'm about to tell her when, all of a sudden, she just freaks out at me. "You're ruining the bake sale," she says. "I should have been PTA president. Your roots are bad," and blah, blah, blah. So what'd you do? I told her to have a brownie and that everything was gonna be fine. They both erupted laughter. I politely follow along with the story.
Oh.
She ate 3.
Oh, yeah.
Okay, that was actually pretty funny. She called the cops and told them that time had stopped.
Oh.
Come on.
Mary looks directly at me. "Do you smoke weed?" "What?" "You know, the devil's lettuce."
Hey.
I have 2 big fat blunts in my purse right now. Want a blaze?" You with the fence? I worked hard for what I have, and no 2-bit corner boy is gonna drop the dime on me. So take what you're pushing somewhere else, and I'll keep running my business the way I want to run it. What? Remember, you come at the king, you best not miss. Jesus, kid, dial it back. Robert giggles helplessly.
Hey.
I'm just kidding, cowboy. Lay off the kid, Mary. He might not be used to your brand of humor.
Ah.
Giggle? Stop! Fine. Stop! We sit around and sip our drinks, people watching and cracking jokes. After a little bit of time, I begin to warm up to Mary. Her jokes become much funnier and much less scary. But it seems like she's not going anywhere anytime soon. I just wanted some alone time with Robert. I wonder if I can get her to leave somehow. Could you get the next round? You trying to ditch me, pal? No. Because if you're trying to ditch me, you can just tell me to scram. No, it's fine. Monsieur wants alone time with his new best buddy, Robert. Read you loud and clear. The wingman breaks formation to pursue their prey.
Ah.
Now, if you fellas will excuse me, Mary needs to sink her teeth into a helpless boy. Go with God. Nice seeing you.
Give it a rest, buddy. Ugh.
Deuces, nerds. Mary gets up and saunters over to a younger-looking guy at the bar.
Hey.
She grows on you. Does she, though? I feel like she kind of delights in making men suffer.
Ah.
Well, she does. But what about her and Joseph? What about him? You know, they're married, and she definitely tried to get in my pants the other night, and I gestured to her from across... I gestured to her across the bar where she's making goo-goo eyes at that young guy from before. He looks like he's being held hostage. Oh, that's just a thing she does. She's harmless. Tell that's the boy she's hanging off of. Poor kid looks like he's seen war. Robert lets out a hearty laugh. Hey, I got him to laugh. Oh man, you know I pegged you for one of those straight-laced types. Oh, don't worry, I got pretty wild back in my day. Still got a little wild in you. Have a child I need to care for. You know it. Robert orders a couple more rounds of shots. I gulp. What am I getting myself into? Think you can go shot for shot? There's only one way to look cool here. I grab the shot closest to me and I down it. Robert looks impressed. He takes his shot and knocks it back. That's one. So, what do I even talk about? He's so cool, and he probably hates small talk. So, Howard, things. I hate small talk. Okay. Too many people, and this isn't necessarily you, but too many people think that they have to fill the dead air with noise. Personally, I think they're afraid of the silence, or they're afraid of what other people are going to think of the silence.
Hey.
If you want some unsolicited advice, just learn to be comfortable with silence. Nothing wrong with two people sitting in silence and drinking whiskey. Oh, alright.
Hey.
Robert and I sit in silence and drink whiskey. I take in the rest of the bar. Patrons laughing, playing darts, spilling beer. Mary gives the hard sell to that young man. The young man pretending he got a phone call from one of his friends. Huh. Maybe silence is nice sometimes. So you ever kill a man? I choke on my drink. I'm 14 and this is deep. No! Excuse me? You know, watch the life drain from someone's eyes. It's not just their life, you know, it's their hopes and dreams draining away. Every memory and experience they've ever had. Gone. No. Great, me neither. Robert knocks back his shot and motions for me to do the same. I reciprocate. I'm just messing with you. Relax. I laugh nervously. Or am I? I laugh nervously again. We sip more whiskey and people watch some more. Mary has her sights set on another man after the other one excused himself to the bathroom and I assume crawled out the window. Gosh, this whiskey's hitting me hard. Gosh, this whiskey's hitting me hard. You betcha. Robert gets up out of the booth, shouldering his jacket. Let's roll. Sorry, whiskey, inside voices.
Oh.
Let's roll. Wait, what about Mary? Brother, Mary's gonna be just fine. I look over at Mary, who's lying on the bar in front of some poor sap. She's singing happy birthday to him while he insists it's not his birthday. We make our way out of the bar and back up onto the street. I'm trying my hardest not to stumble, but man, that sidewalk is just coming right at me. I hope Robert doesn't notice me tripping over my own feet like this is the first time I've ever been drunk. Where to? You'll see. I follow Robert through the street lamp spotlights until we eventually arrive at a rundown strip mall. There's a beauty salon, a sex shop, a computer repair store that looks like it's been closed for 10 years, and finally, a liquor store.
Hey.
Wait here, I'll be right back. After a minute, Robert returns with 2 wine bottles in brown paper bags. He hands one to me. Cheers. He sits on the curb and drinks. He motions for me to do the same. This is really not where I expected the night to go. I take a sip. White Zinfandel? What? Nothing. I just wasn't expecting... It is delicious, fruity, and refreshing. Don't judge me. I start to say something, thinking of his lecture about valuing silence earlier, and stop. I sip on my wine and watch cars drive by. Let's throw rocks at shit. What? Robert suddenly hurls a rock at a stop sign. The ding echoes throughout the empty parking lot. That felt good. He presses a stone into my free hand. Now you try. I don't know.
Oh.
With feeling. I look at the rock in my hand and look at the stop sign, back at the rock, back at the stop sign. I know what has to be done. This one's for you, Pappy. I have unresolved resentment towards my father, and I'm gonna express it through property damage. I hurl the rock at the sign. It sails over the stop sign right into the window of a parked car, leaving a crack.
Huh?
Oh, dude, run. I leap up and dart into the nearest alley, wine in hand. I can hear Robert's footsteps behind me. What is going on? After I'm far enough away from the cracked window that I am no longer culpable for this heinous crime, I stop to catch my breath. Maybe we strike rock throwing for the to-do list. Agreed. Suddenly, my stomach growls. Oh man, I am starving. Let's get pizza. I can't argue with that. Where's good around here? Actually, I don't even care if it's good. It just needs to be edible and in my mouth in the next 5 minutes. I know just the place. I follow Robert through a maze of alleys and side streets until we eventually end up in front of a tiny hole-in-the-wall pizza joint. The bright red neon sign reads, Pizza, Pizza, Pizza. Ta-da! I see a few exhausted-looking workers behind the counter tossing dough and pulling piping hot pizzas right out of stone ovens. My stomach rumbles again. We go up to the counter and get ready to order.
Huh.
Can I get 2 slices of Hawaiian pizza? Oh, wait, Monsieur, you're cool with pineapple on your pizza, right? Of course.
Hey.
We wait a minute for our pizza to come out of the oven. I'm practically drooling at the smell. The cashier hands each of us a giant slice on a paper plate so saturated with grease that I'm worried it will fall apart. We take our pizza outside and wander through the alleyways as we eat. I take a bite. It's absolutely delicious. Pineapple is truly the best pizza topping.
Mm-hmm.
You said it. Man, I feel way better now. You and me both. Adobe, you're so annoying. We hear noise coming from a slightly ajar door in the alleyway. Robert looks at me excitedly.
Mm-hmm.
Got any more of that wild in you? I love my daughter, and I should go home and make sure that she's alright. You betcha. Good on ya. Robert and I slide the door open and peek inside. It's completely dark except for some flickering light. We slowly creep forward, cautious not to be heard or seen. Shh. Don't shush me so loud. Shh. We come to the end of the hallway and find ourselves standing in front of a movie screen. Oh, this suddenly makes sense. Did we really just sneak into a movie theater like a couple of teenagers? No talking during the movie. We look into the audience and are surprised that it's almost completely empty, save for a few rows of a few teenagers in the front. They look annoyed when they notice us. Robert starts making his way to the very back of the theater, and I follow him. We settle in with our wines and try to make sense of this movie. It's a romantic comedy, I think. A young man is frantically trying to get through New York to find the woman that he's finally realized he's in love with. Kiss already! There's nobody to kiss yet. You want him to kiss the taxi driver? Hell yeah. These kids down the way notice us heckling. One of them speaks up. Hey, man. It's It's Ernest! Oh my god. Okay, so far, can I just say that I am loving Robert's fucking chaotic storyline? Ugh. Hey man, keep it down. Oh damn, that's Ernest Hemingway, Hugo's kid. Ernest, hey Ernest, I know you, it's me, your neighbor, hi. Ernest turns back around, embarrassed. I turn back to Robert. He kiss anyone yet? It turns out that yes, he did kiss someone. He made his way out to a tiny island near New York to profess his love for a woman who for some reason he knew would be there. She tells him that they hit the jackpot. He says that they had, but I think there was some subtext I'm missing here. Boo, love is dead. Shut up, it's beautiful. No, you shut up. Ernest crumbles. The credits start to roll. I stand up. Robert immediately pulls me back down. Hundreds of people worked very hard to make this film happen, and you're gonna sit here and appreciate them. Okay. Look at that. Elizabeth Shelton. She worked really hard. I bet she did lots of good wardrobe design. Thank you, Elizabeth Shelton, for this beautiful film-going experience. This is just Draven earlier having me sit through all of the Beacon Pines credits. And Peter Anders, catering, fed a bunch of people so they could have the energy to do their jobs. What a guy. We let the credits roll while Robert individually thanks every member of the crew. Once it's finally over, he makes sure no animals were harmed in the making of this film. We leave the movie theater. We stumble into the theater parking lot, polishing off the rest of our wine. Hey, assholes. Out of nowhere, a rock flies through the air and hits me on the knee. My knee! What the hell? Ernest and his friends stand in the alleyway blocking our exit. Oh my god! Oh, what do you guys want? Why'd you go and throw a rock at my knee? This is my good knee. My orthopedist is gonna be pissed. Ernest tosses another rock up and down in his hands. What's wrong with this kid? You ruined my theater-going experience. Now you have to pay. Oh. Well, I don't have any cash on me right now, and like, movies got really expensive. Ernest hucks another rock at my other knee. I'm able to jump out of the way, but I didn't properly stretch before physical activity, and I'm probably gonna feel super sore in the morning.
Ah.
We ruined it for you? That movie was pretty crappy in the first place. Hey, you take that back. That was a beautiful love story with really genuine acting.
Oh.
You call that good acting? Classicist mainstream slop have you been served your entire lives? What?
Huh?
Have you even seen any Michael Powell? A Matter of Life and Death? 1946? Easily the toughest 5 minutes of love you'll ever witness. Listen, man.
How dare
No,
you?
you listen. That popcorn-ass drivel the mass media is shoveling down your throat will only make you dumber and sadder. You of all people should strive for a higher standard in the art you consume. Your name is Ernest Hemingway, for Christ's sakes.
Oh.
Oh, now you've done it. Ernest rushes Robert, screaming like a banshee. Ah! I dive between Ernest and Robert, trying to stop the kid. He lunges forward, kicking me as hard as he can in the knee. Fuck my knee! Robert gets in between Ernest and myself. It's as if he's seeing red. Fuck, my fucking knee hurts.
No one hurts my friend.
Alright, buddy. Talk like punk, get hit like a punk. Robert squares up in a boxer stance. Queensbury rules. 3-minute rounds with 1 minute rest in between. No low blows, fish hooks, J grabs, or high blows. What?
Hmm?
And don't even think about pulling an illegal turnstile. That's an automatic deduction of 3 points.
Excuse me?
You'll have to designate a second if you're unable to fulfill your role as main duelist. One of your friends over there looks like he's had enough youthful vivacity to handle it. I know! Hey man, I don't want to get dragged into this. That movie sucked. It's too late. You two are bloodbound. If he dies, you die. Sorry, I don't make the rules. Talk to Queensbury. We're just gonna go. Ernest and his friends warily warily back away. Robert calls after them. The Queensbury Association will hear about this and consume better content. Once the teens are safely out of earshot, Robert turns to me. Were you about to actually fight that kid? Are you kidding me? I would never hit a child. That would be despicable. You throw the rules at him, though? They always bolt. Nobody wants a Queensbury-sanctioned throwdown. Excuse me. But full disclosure, I made half of that up. Wow.
Oh.
See, you don't even have to know the rules. You just make them up. Come on, let's get out of here.
How dare you?
Oh my god, that was so funny! Robert and I cool down a bit as we walk back to the neighborhood. I'm so sorry, I get really into the art of filmmaking when I drink. It's okay, I think it's cool how much you like movies. To be honest, I don't know a lot about them myself. Buddy, I got so much to show you. You ever seen Sam Fuller? I haven't.
Yeah.
Fuller is cash. Thanks for defending my honor. It's a little strange when you say it that way, but sure, why not? They were injured like hardcore. Like he got a rock to the knee and then he got fucking bashed in the knee, bro. Robert throws an arm around my shoulder and we drunkenly belt out tunes all the way back. We finally get to his doorstep.
Yeah.
This was an interesting night. I liked it. A smile forms on his cheeks, a rare sight.
Oh boy.
Let's hang out again soon, yeah? Yeah. I linger there for a second, swaying drunkenly in the night breeze. Robert clasps me on the shoulder. Night, bud. Robert heads back inside and I stumble my way back home. That was so funny. Truly, such a sad time. Yeah.
I may be bad, but you made me glad.
Hearing Danny laugh at the end of that is so funny. I hate it. Oh my god. Ugh. Had to skip through it all.
Welcome. You've
You've got dads. Hugo and Damien? I can't! Oh my god! Guys, should we just bite the bullet and do it? I don't think it affects the main story. Bum 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 bum. Ba-da-da-bum. I have a fuck yeah, dude. I have a gay in the chat. Done. Hey, are you doing anything tonight? Hugo and I were planning to go to the art walk downtown, and we're wondering if you would care to accompany us. I would normally write a letter longhand, but I've run out of distressed parchment paper. Whoa, why can't I see Damien and Hugo's chat? Am I a hacker? But I don't even have a hacker alias. The feds are gonna bust down my door any minute. I've gotta destroy this computer. I'm sure this is a group chat. Oh, thank God. Do either of you know how to destroy a computer? You can run Derek's boot and nuke from a startup flash drive, but once you've done that, it's best to physically destroy the platters altogether. The Victorians were well versed in information security. Monsieur, do you want to go see some art or not? Art is good. Let's go see art. See that art. Damien and Hugo invited me to the monthly art walk in downtown Maple Bay. I've never really been to one of these before, so I'm not quite sure what I'm in for. I think I'm here a bit early. I don't see Damien or Hugo around anywhere, and I feel just a little uncomfortable standing amongst all these fancy art people. Monsieur? I turn around. Joseph. My best friend, my enemy. It's Joseph! Joseph, what are you doing here? Joseph scoffs at me. What am I doing here? How could you ask me that? I'm obviously a huge art... appreciatist? Okay, fine. Damien invited me to this art walk thing. I'm guessing he invited you too. Yep. Admittedly a little out of my depth here.
Oh.
Thank God. I thought I was going to be the odd one out. Are you allowed to say that? Say what? You know. Thank God. Yep, I actually get double points when I say it since I'm a minister. The points get you into heaven. That's how it works. This man fucked us on a boat. And is standing here after he rejected us after doing that on the boat. And acting like nothing's wrong. Anyway, where are the guys? I look around and spot Hugo and Damien, who seem to have just arrived at the gallery. Good eve. Evening, friends. Who's ready for some art? Art is dead and nothing is real. You know I am. You know I love looking at paintings that are in frames, and also paintings that aren't in frames. Art is good and stuff.
Aye.
It's well put, monsieur. All you have to know is that if you're ever feeling overwhelmed, there's generally always a table that has free wine and cheese. I like art now! I've got the table in my sights. Now, if you'll excuse me, I'm gonna go help myself to some tiny wines. Talk art with Hugo and Damien. So, what's this first place? This particular artist specializes in landscape painting of various locales within the American Northeast. I look at the art. It is rad art. At the risk of sounding uninformed, do all of these landscapes look like butts to you guys? Damien and Hugo lean in, examining the paintings in earnest. It would appear as if you are correct. Valid assessment, monsieur. Hey, this art stuff's pretty easy. Oh, it gets more complicated. Sometimes the butts are more symbolic. Sometimes the butts are metaphors. Sometimes art is about the butts, but that is about the butts they don't draw. Interesting. Joseph returns to our group with tiny cheese and wine. What'd I miss? Butts. Shame. The cheese is nice, though. Shall we visit the next place? We leave the first gallery and walk a few minutes before we reach another one. This gallery is a bit more crowded. Huge paintings of... I'm I'm not even sure. Hang on the walls. Oh geez. What am I looking at here?
Ah.
This is abstract art. I think the more important question is, what does this art mean to you? I stare at the painting, concentrating as hard as I can on its meaning. It's a butt.
Oh.
Everyone else stares at the painting. Yeah, that's definitely a butt.
Oh.
Well, a valid assessment. I feel like the artist was trying to make a different statement. Probably how much he liked butts. You are a servant of the Lord. We're all God's creatures, even butts. Comparing this piece to the artist's body of work, I'm pretty sure this represents the sense of isolation he feels creating traditional abstract artwork in a field that's rapidly moving towards digitization. Wow, how do you figure that?
Oh.
That's what it says on the placard. Oh, let's look at a few more of these. We walk around the gallery, sampling some more of the artist's work. I almost hate to say it, but abstract art is kind of growing on me. It's interesting that the artist chooses not to let their work be defined by... what's the word? Realism? Realism. As we're looking at one of the paintings, a patron scoffs loudly. Psh, I could do that.
Oh.
Excuse me?
Oh my.
Hugo, not here.
Ah.
No, come back here. Hugo! The patron walks away, not noticing Hugo fuming right next to him.
Ah.
You said you could do that, but you didn't. You don't seem to have the intellectual depth or the artistic skill to execute a piece even at a fraction as impressive as this one.
I'm not angry.
Artist-
I'm just disappointed.
Oh, Hugo, don't say that. Art is the truest expression of the self, and it seems like your self is bad, so your art would be bad. Hugo's insult game isn't the best, but there's no denying his passion. Damien is holding him back at this point. Friend, he's not worth it. Hugo manages to cool down. He smooths his jacket. I'm sorry, I just love art very much. We know, buddy. I pat Hugo on the shoulder.
Oh.
You know what would ease the mood? Is it cheese? No. It's wine and cheese.
Hey.
Co-signed. The four of us head over to the wine and cheese table, which thankfully is grounded in realism and is actual wine and cheese.
Ah.
We got one last stop on the tour. You lot feeling up for it? Is it gonna be any weirder than this art?
Oh.
It is absolutely weirder than this art. Let's do it. I love this little posse of friends here. Damien, Hugo, Joseph, and I walk over to a performance in the street. Several masked performers in leotards undulate wildly on the ground, screaming both at each other and us.
Oh, Cracker Barrels.
So, quick question.
Hmm?
Shoot. What is happening? I second this question.
Hey.
Performance art. What does it mean?
Oh.
Again, I pose the very same question to you, Mr. Dilf. Buds? What do you think they're trying to say? I believe it's less about what they're saying and more about why they're saying it. I think there's something special about performance art. With almost every other form of art, music, painting, photography, the artist uses their medium as a conduit for their emotions.
Huh.
With performance art, the medium is the artist. It's the purest expression of raw human emotion. It's art as catharsis. That's beautiful, Damien. So what you're saying is,
Oh.
if I start making really loud fart noises right now, it's art as long as I, like, really mean it? Damien fixes it with a hard stare.
Hey.
I was gonna start making fart noises, but based on the look on your face, that joke isn't gonna play well with this crowd.
Ah.
Ah.
Wise.
Hey.
We watch the rest of the performance as earnestly as we can and clap politely after the dancers scream their way off stage. Whew, I think I'm all arted out. Agreed. We all decide to walk home together.
Hmm?
We make our way back to the cul-de-sac, tiny wine and tiny cheese sloshing around in my stomach. I think what I've learned tonight, and not just what I've learned about art, which was nice and extremely informative, but what I've learned tonight is that when you put a bunch of tiny wine and tiny cheese together, it eventually becomes regular wine and regular cheese, followed by too much wine and too much cheese.
Oh.
The tiny cheese lulled me into a false sense of security. I felt safe with the tiny cheese. Wax wings too close to the sun.
Oh.
Cheese wings? Those would melt in the sun too, and I feel like it's more appropriate in imagery.
Oh.
Plus it'd be delicious. A nice ementhaler, possibly. Hey, if you guys were painters, what would you paint?
Huh.
I actually dabble in oils. I mostly paint landscapes. I'm not very good, but it's a nice way to pass the time. I love Damien.
Hmm?
I think I would focus on personal portraits of people in unique professions, like, for example, luchadors. I think I'd paint boats, seascapes, maybe some lighthouses, mostly boats. Really?
Ah.
Yeah, I'm surprised you're choosing boats in favor of a long history of religious imagery and artwork. What? Boats are cool.
Oh.
What about you, monsieur? Tasteful nudes of the artist. Art is a money-making business. I know what sells. We finally get to the cul-de-sac.
Ooh.
Alright, boys. Good art. Good art.
Oh.
Agreed.
Hmm.
See you guys around? Whether you want to or not, we're all neighbors after all. Head inside to deal with my inevitable cheese over. We went to see art with the boys.
You've got dads.
Robert! Excuse you. I'm gonna take a second to eat some green beans. Okay. I had a lot of fun with Robert the last time we hung out, but I'm beginning to wonder if he's dodging me. I've tried messaging him a few times, and Dadbook says he hasn't even read them. Hasn't even seen him come out of his house, actually. I decided to send him one last message, figuring this will produce the same result. Hey man, don't know where you've been, but we should grab a drink soon. I walk away from my computer because at this point, I know he's not messaging me back anytime soon. Who's everyone's favorite dad? Damien. His story is just too good. Although we haven't gotten to Hugo or Matt yet. So. Or Joseph's secret ending. Because Laura, I'm pretty sure we did Hugo, didn't we? Alright, let's continue. I linger in the kitchen. I'm all caught up on work for the house. I'm all caught up on work. The house is relatively clean. Maybe I should do something nice for Amanda. Ah, I'll bake her favorite pie. I root through the pantry and pull out all of the ingredients. This is an old family recipe that I used to make with my grandmother when I was a kid. I lost the actual recipe card a long time ago, but I think I'll be able to remember how to bake it. I start mixing the ingredients together for the crust until I get a nice dough. I throw some cherries into a saucepan to make the filling. Normally, I don't like to multitask in the kitchen, but this cherry pie is a piece of cake. Pie? It's a piece of pie. I'm making a pie. Oh man, I can never remember what temperature you're supposed to set the oven at. I'm pretty sure it's 375, but I could be wrong. Who am I kidding? I'm never wrong when it comes to this pie. My special twist on my grandma's recipe includes a secret ingredient that not even Amanda knows about. It makes the cherries extra flavorful. Is it whiskey? God, why can't I remember what the secret ingredient is? Oh. Salt. Oh, it's salt, duh. Just a pinch of salt to bring out the natural sweetness of the cherries. Oops, I accidentally poured a little too much in. Way too much in. I'm sure it's fine. Baking is an art, and some of the most beautiful art is made from mistakes. I finally get the pie in the oven. How long am I supposed to leave it in there? 50 minutes? I'll just wing it. Amanda's going to be so excited. That kid loves a good pie. I have a seat at the kitchen table and do word jumbles until Amanda comes home. I can hear the door slam open. Yo, Pops, what smells like pie in here? It's pie, sweetie.
Huh.
Amanda darts over to the oven and looks inside. Yes! Hey, it's not done. Be patient. That's what I thought. We started Joseph and then we never finished Joseph, which made me really sad. Ooh. But we did Joseph, I think last Friday. And then we also have his secret ending to do on Friday. What's your angle here? What?
Huh?
Pies are an objective-based confection. What are you trying to get out of me? Nothing. Oh, I've been leading a double life. Amanda, I have terrible news for you. I'm actually a pro skateboarder, an aspiring astronaut, and bank robber. The lifestyle's calling me back, and I must go. One last job. You know how it is. This pie was the only way I knew how to tell you. Well, I appreciate the years we spent together, but a trade-up is a trade-up. Remember when you were kicking your feet up in Ibiza? Remember me when you're kicking your feet up in Ibiza. Thanks for all the pie. We share a cordial handshake. I wait a few more minutes before taking the pie out of the oven. I set it on a rack to cool and guard it so Amanda doesn't dig into it before it's ready. Huh? What? Does it look kind of weird to you? Oh, that's just me taking artistic license on what cherry pie means to me emotionally. I'm just saying this because, you know, it seems like you might have baked this pie incorrectly. And you're currently, right now, trying to pass it off as a good thing. It's art, sweetie. Was it art when you accidentally baked a whole uncracked egg into the center of my 12th birthday cake? Well, was it art when you tried to make brownies and accidentally created chlorine gas? Well, that's a bit of an exaggeration. Was it art when you just eat the pie, Panda? I cut us a few slices and we sit down to eat. The cherry filling oozes out of the sides and the buttery crust glistens. I watch as Amanda takes a bite. Oh. What's wrong? Is it not good?
Oh.
Amanda winces and fans her mouth. No, I just burned the heck out of the roof of my mouth. This pie is amazing. Sorry for doubting you. I breathe a sigh of relief and take a bite. She's right. This pie is pretty incredible, as it always is. I'm really proud of you for making a pie without burning the new house down. I got a few dad tricks up my dad's sleeve. Maybe fathers aren't as bumbling and stupid as the media makes us out to be. Maybe we, as a society, should have a little more respect for fathers as a whole. Dad, your sleeve is on fire. I run to the sink and put myself out. Pride will be my undoing. Amanda and I clean up the kitchen and play a little more living room hoops before she retreats to her room to do homework. I go back to my word jumbles. Hey, this one spells cat. The rest of the evening trickles by. We eat dinner. I help Amanda with one of her scholarship applications, and we both start getting ready for bed. I decide to check Dad Book one last time before I climb into bed. Still nothing from Robert. Hope he's okay. I turn off the lights and lie down. Hey. Monsieur. Hey, Monsieur. Hey, I'm outside. Come outside. Oh, what is this? I was just on the verge of falling asleep. I climb out of bed and try to identify the source of the dinging. My computer screen illuminates the dark room. I walk over to it, ready to turn it off, when I notice what's happening on screen. Don't make me honk. I will honk. Get out here. I look out my window and sure enough, there's Robert leaning up against his pickup truck in my driveway. Hi, sir. I open my door to try and figure out what's going on. Hey. Hey?
Hey.
Wanna hang? I was kind of sleeping. That's no fun.
Oh?
Come hang out. I would argue that sleeping is very fun, but I don't have to be anywhere in the morning. Might as well live a little. Sure. Cool. You plan on going out like that? I look down and realize that I am, in fact, not wearing pants. I mean, I don't mind. Right, 1 second. He said, "What?" I run inside and throw on my going out pants, shoes, and a jacket. I grab my keys and meet Robert back outside.
Oh.
Ready? Ready. Hop in. I jump to the passenger seat of his old red pickup truck. I have to move a few empty cigarette packets and gas station receipts out of the way before I can sit. Robert silently starts the car and we drive out of the cul-de-sac.
Oh.
You like Tom Waits? Hoist that rag, baby. I look. Before I can answer, Robert turns up the radio. Yep, that's Tom Waits, all right. He lights a cigarette and cracks the windows. We drive together in silence. So, where are we going? Robert doesn't respond. Robert? Oh, I heard you. Why is the music so scary? Robert doesn't answer my question. I look out the window and notice that Robert's taking us to the highway. I twiddle my thumbs. Well, whatever I've gotten myself into, it looks like I'm in it for the night. I settle into my seat and watch streetlights pass by. I glance over to Robert, who's driving intently. He looks tired, as he always does, but there's something a bit more there. But that I just can't place. I remember what Robert said about hating small talk and decide to keep my mouth shut.
Oh?
He notices me staring. Stop looking so nervous. I'm not nervous. I'm a little nervous.
Oh.
Just hang on, we're almost there. Almost where? I have no idea where we are. I think we're moving at a slight incline, but I'm not so sure. We eventually come to a stop. Robert gets out of the car and I sit for a second, unsure if he wants me to get out too. What are you waiting for? I hastily exit the car. Robert sits on the bed of his truck and pats the space next to him. My heart? What I wouldn't give. I sit down and take in the view. We're on a hill overlooking the city skyline against the bay. The cool night air rustles some trees near us as lights blink in the distance. Off to the side, I can see an entrance to a dense forest. Man, it's all so gorgeous. He is absolutely giving serial killer vibes. Dude, this is where I come to masturbate. What?
Oh.
I'm kidding. What's wrong with you?
There.
This is my little spot where I come to think. It's nice.
Oh?
You can see the whole city from up here. Really gives you some perspective. Robert reaches behind him and pulls something out from under his jacket. It glints in the moonlight, and I suddenly realize what it is. It's a gun! Oh shit, that's a knife! Oh. Please don't stab me! Robert reaches into his pocket and pulls out a small piece of wood. Please don't stab me with that either!
Oh.
Robert takes the knife to the piece of wood and starts carving at it. Oh. I breathe a very audible sigh of relief as Robert looks at me sideways. Did you think I was gonna stab you just now? What? No. Hate to break it to you, but I did, in fact, bring you out here to harvest your organs. Yeah, well, you think you caught me in your trap, but I knew. For years, I've been putting the most vile junk food in my body in preparation for this day. Come at me, friend, and reap what you will. 2 steps ahead of you at all times. That's how I operate. Nothing gets past you, huh?
Hey.
Robert reaches into his pocket and pulls out a folding knife that he opens and hands to me.
Oh.
I'm gonna warn you, the last guy I had a knife fight with lost 3 fingers because he didn't know the 8 basic rules of knife fighting. You're familiar, correct? I honestly can't tell when you're kidding. I'm so many levels of irony deep that I've forgotten what humor is. He and I laugh.
Oh.
Have you ever whittled before? Considering I'm not a grandpa, no. What do you mean by that? Well, I just thought that you would have a block of wood shipped to you along with your first social security check. Most of you all have you know that whittling is a time-honored tradition enjoyed by both young and old alike. That you're dismissing it before you've even tried it speaks volumes about your character. However, because I've gotten to know you for some time and have come to think of us as friends, I'm willing to attribute it to ignorance instead of malice.
Oh.
What I'm trying to say is, go get that stick. Robert motions to a good-looking stick on the ground, perfect for potential whittling. I pick it up.
Huh.
The most important thing to remember when whittling is to cut with the grain, not against it. If you cut against the grain, the wood is going to splinter. Isn't the most important thing safety? No. Getting hurt comes with the territory. Look at my damn hands. I look at his damn hands. They're calloused and covered in little white scars. They're very nice hands. You can't make a stick omelet without breaking a few hand eggs. What?
Knife that wood.
What? Wait. I can turn it. Turn. I did it. That's a good start. What is it? It's a pencil. Good luck riding with that. You made a highly dangerous weapon. This is ridiculous. Tell me about this one. It's a tongue depressor. Should put that in my first aid kit. Never know when you might need one. Where's my next one? What's the story here? It's a bubble pop. Hi! Oh, you scared the shit out of me. Oh my god. A bubble popper. Not to burst your bubble, but there aren't any bubbles around here. No more. No, my god. An egg. Chicken nugget. Please don't eat that. You made Robert uncomfortable. Ah, this is so funny. Nice form. What's it supposed to be? It's you! You really captured my likeness. I'm impressed. You made Robert, I guess. So fucking stupid. Chopstick. Chopstick ambidextrous. It's a stick. Could you not do that, please? Hi. Come up here. Come up here. Oh my god. Come on. It's a duck. Maybe next you can carve up some wooden bread crust to feed him. Stop rubbing on the microphone, please. Come lay up here. Hi. Yes. Hi. It's a horse! Sir Horsington the Brave. A brave and noble name for a brave and noble creature. A beautiful gift for Amanda. Can we be done wood carving? Oh, thank God. Hi.
There.
Oh, buddy. Robert and I sit in silence for a while, carving our pieces of wood. I think I'm getting the hang of this. It's actually kind of relaxing. I glance over to see what Robert's working on. He's carving a smaller wooden knife. While I'm distracted, the knife slices into my thumb. Ouch. Blood gushes all over my little wood carving. Robert is lost in carving and doesn't notice me bleeding everywhere. Robert still doesn't notice. Robert, I'm dying. I'm bleeding to death. Robert finally looks over.
Oh.
He reaches into his jacket again. Jesus, how much stuff does this guy keep in there? Pulls out a red bandana. He wraps it around my thumb. Hold tight. He hops off the truck and I can hear him rummaging around in his car. He comes back a moment later with a well-stocked first aid kit. Robert carefully wipes all of the blood off of my hand and swipes a bit of antiseptic onto the cut. With surprising gentleness, he places a bit of gauze on the wound and wraps it all up for me. CP? You okay? Yeah, I'm good. He hands me what's left of the tube of antiseptic. Make sure to keep that cut clean. It's oddly touching and a little sexy? I guess I'm a real whittler now. That you are. Be careful though. They're attracted to the smell of blood. Wait, what? What's attracted to the smell of blood? Cryptids. Ton of them out here, you know. Cryptids? Like Mothman and stuff? Mothman is bullshit, but yeah. The town's a hotbed for zoological occurrences. Jesus. You're joking.
Oh.
Oh, how I wish I were. I'm a skeptic myself. Or at least I thought I was. There are things in these woods that we can't possibly comprehend. I think about my entire time in this city. Aside from the occasional stray coyote, I don't think it's too bad.
Huh.
You ever heard of the Dover Ghost? I don't think so.
Oh.
Well, let me tell you a story.
Oh.
I was out in the woods here on a weekend camping trip with Betsy. You don't know Betsy, but she's a big pup, pitbull, real intimidating. I feel safe around her. First night goes without incident. I get some solitude, Betsy gets to pee wherever she wants, all good stuff. Second day, I get the idea in my head that I can hike deeper into the woods, probably against my better judgment. But hey, we're just having a fun camping trip, right? So me and Betsy start marching in the morning. It gets a little late and we set up camp, but it's different this night. Real quiet. Can't hear the birds, the crickets, the squirrels, nothing. Dead silent. Then it happens. I hear the most unholy... Hi! What? Well, why did you move? Hi. The most unholy growl I've ever heard in my life, right outside my tent. Me and Betsy, we go to investigate. We look around the clearing, nobody's there. Hi. But there's this feeling. I'm not sure if I can quite describe it. I know something, is watching us. Betsy, though, she's scared. Never seen her like that, and when she's scared, I know that I should be too. And then I see it, in the distance. A man, but if something that didn't know what a man was supposed to look like made it. It just looked wrong. Big. Arms too long for its body, black eyes. It just stood there and stared at me. Then it disappears. I hear one yelp from Betsy and I turn around to check on her, but she's gone. Into thin air. I didn't sleep at all in my tent that night, and I don't think I've slept right since. Dude, your breath stank. Nasty. You're lying. Okay, you're full of shit.
Mm.
You think I'm lying? Robert pulls out his wallet and shows me a picture of a beautiful pit bull.
Mm.
Tell that to Betsy.
Mm.
They say that if you listen closely on quiet nights just like tonight, you can hear the howls of the Dover ghost. I will slander her on stream if I so please. She's stanky. A howl resonates through the woods. It doesn't sound like a regular howl. It's so guttural. Even from far away, something about it makes my skin crawl.
Really?
Okay, Robert, real funny. I turn to look at Robert. He's white as a sheet. You're messing with me, right?
Huh?
I was messing with you up until literally just now. I totally made that camping story up. I strained my eyes to scan the forest line, trying to see where the howl originated from. Off in the distance, I see something. It's so far away, I barely can make out a shape. It looks human, but it's dragging something. Do you see that?
Oh.
We should go.
Huh?
Robert and I slowly back away and get into the truck. He turns off his headlights and we make a slow crawl away, back onto the road. I'm too scared to look back. What was that?
Huh?
The Dover ghost, I guess. I chuckle nervously. This time he doesn't seem like he's messing with me. Or maybe someone illegally dumping garbage on a wildlife preserve.
Mm.
Yeah, that's the story we'll tell ourselves.
Huh?
We sit in silence for a little while longer, the fear of whatever that was slowly subsiding as we get closer to the city.
Oh.
Thanks for coming out. This was fun.
Mm.
I'm sorry I haven't been in touch. I've just been away lately. I had to get out of the house.
Huh.
Had to be around somebody. You doing okay, man?
Huh.
Robert thinks for a second and lights another cigarette.
Hmm. Oh.
Been doing a lot of thinking. He takes a long drag.
Huh?
As I get older, I feel more and more that I'm just drowning in this sea of regret. I was so busy chasing after these things that I thought would make me happy that I didn't think about anyone else. All I cared about was myself. I didn't even think.
Hey.
Robert stops. I wait for him to finish his thoughts, but he just stares at the road. Maybe I'm just built like this.
Mm.
Or maybe I do it to myself. Maybe it's my own choice that I'm as unhappy as I am. I tried to think of something to say. I remember all the times in my life when I've been sad, and there's a great many of them, but there's always a light at the end of the tunnel. Something I held on to that kept me going.
Oh.
But there's something so resigned about the way Robert's talking. I'm glad you told me. Must have taken a lot for you to want to tell somebody this.
Oh.
You're a mysterious guy, Robert. You don't have to be. Do you ever
Hmm?
wish you were a better father? Think about it for a second. All the time. You can read all the parenting books you want, but nothing will ever prepare you for raising a child. So much stuff I regret or wish that I could have done better, but I don't have the answers. I don't know if anyone does.
Hey.
It's funny. I look at you and your relationship with your daughter, and it seems perfect. It isn't.
Huh?
At least you're there for her. I stare out of the window at the blur of passing trees. I just hope I'm a better father to my kid than my dad was to me.
Hmm.
What did your dad do? It's more about what he didn't do. He was quiet, stoic. I don't think he ever once told me that he loved me. He cared more about his work than he ever did about me or my mom. Do you hate him? No. I used to, but after I became a parent, I just kind of feel bad for him. He missed out on my whole childhood. When I think about all of the happiest moments in my life, they're all with Amanda and Alex, and he just wasn't there. It hurt like hell when I had to leave him to die in that Belarusian prison.
Huh?
What? I turn and smile at him. No, he's retired in Florida with my mom. We go there every Christmas. We both break out into laughter. He pats me on the shoulder. We drive the rest of the way in silence, listening to the radio and watching the bright lights of the city grow bigger. Robert drops me off at my place. As I'm about to close the passenger door, I realize I still have Robert's pocket knife in my jacket. I pull it out and offer it back to him.
Oh.
You hold on to that. Never know when you might need it. Night, Robert. Have a safe drive home. Robert smirks, then pulls away. He then immediately pulls into his driveway, which is one over from mine. He gets out and waves. I tiptoe into the house, careful not to wake Amanda up. Whoa, where'd you come from? I look around and spot Amanda coming out of the kitchen with a glass of water. I thought you were sleeping. Oh, Robert woke me up to go cryptid hunting.
Yeah.
You know the Mothman is bullshit, right? Amanda, you know what? It's fine. I think about the conversation I had with Robert in the car as Amanda starts walking towards her room. Hey, Amanda.
Huh.
She stops. I love you. It's weird when you say it outright and sincerely like that, but I love you too.
Ah.
Night. I chuckle to myself, then finally decide to go to bed. That was really cute. Let me hear it. Let me hear it.
Uh-oh, where'd my pants go?
Daniel. Ba-da-dum-ba-ba-da-ba-da-bum-bum. Jesus.
Ah. Ah. Ah.
Oh.
Ah.
Ah. Hmm. Oh. Ah.
Oh.
Oh no.
I love you too, Dad.
Skipping through all of our trauma,
Welcome.
like,
You've got
shit with our
bags.
daughter. No, Craig. No. Not right now. We have to go fuck Robert. Craig, you understand. You're a bro. You're a homie. I haven't spoken to Robert since the night we drove out to his thinking spot. He seemed unusually somber then. Like, more so than the usual amount of somber that Robert is, which is already a lot. I've been thinking about him and hope he's doing okay. But I've been a little reluctant to reach out to him. Monsieur? Hey, Monsieur. Guess who's getting their drink on tonight? Take a look at my dad book messages. There's a flurry of them from Robert. Yes, it's you. Also me, but mostly you. Yeah, dude. I type back to Robert. Robert, buddy, tonight we ride. Yes! Meet me at Jim and Kim's at 8. Not that I'm unappreciative, but I think this is the first time that Robert's given me more than an hour's warning before hanging out. Amanda! Amanda pops her head into the hallway, music I don't recognize blaring from her room.
Oh.
What's up? I'm hanging out with Robert later tonight. Okay, cool. Robert, who is my friend. I have friends. I'm happy for you, Dad. People enjoy my company, Amanda.
Dad.
Dad, I'm so happy for your continued development as a human being. What are you listening to? Sad shit. What would Grandma think? I don't think she cares for the Smiths that much, but I figure if we started her off on Mita's murder, she'd ease her way into it. No, honey, the language.
Huh.
Okay. Oh, she'd hate that. Hang out with Draven. Just promise me you'll lighten up a bit. For Grandma. Amanda goes back into her room and turns up the volume to her sad shit. I put on my going out coat and walk over to Jim and Kim's. I spot Robert leaning against a brick wall, smoking a cigarette. As I get closer, I realize that he looks a little different. Cleaner, I guess. It actually seems like he combed his hair and his clothes are less wrinkled than usual. Hey. Hey. You take a shower just for me? I'm working on my relationship with existence. We both stand there for a second and don't say anything. Robert finishes his cigarette and abruptly goes inside. I follow him. By the time I get inside, Robert's already at the bar ordering 2 whiskeys. I spot a booth in the back and claim it for us. Robert slides in and hands me a glass. To you. Here's to your continued existence. We clink whiskeys and I watch him sip his rather than his traditional approach of slamming the whiskey back as quickly as possible. So what's the plan for tonight? Hit some other bars, maybe grab some pizza. I think that'll kill some time before we burn down that old abandoned house in the woods. It's definitely not as fun if it's abandoned.
Ah.
Mary pops over the back of the booth, a glass of wine in her hand. She punches Robert in the shoulder. Where was my phone call? Sorry, figured you were busy sinking your teeth into some poor sap. I am. He's right here. I look around the booth to see a guy sitting across from her. He waves meekly.
Ugh.
You replace me with the new kid? Mary, I could never replace you, whether I wanted to or not. Mary leaves her booth and slides in next to Robert. The guy she was sitting with looks mildly relieved. She eyes Robert's clean-pressed clothes up and down, suspiciously. What, do you got a court date coming up? He'd never convinced the jury. He would have had to shave first.
Ah.
Seriously though, what's up with you? Robert stares down at his drink, suddenly looking serious. It's Pappy. Doctor says it's cirrhosis of the liver. I told that old bag of bones to quit it with the sauce, but it's all he's ever known. Especially since Ma's gone. Not the sauce! The sauce! That's why I invited you out tonight. Just didn't want to be alone. Oh, come on. Monsieur, don't be an asshole. You know that the one thing Robert doesn't joke about is his Pappy. Source? Whoops. They're giving him 2 months. I gotta help him straighten out his affairs. Robert, I'm so sorry. Robert takes a long look at his whiskey, eyeing it in the dim glow of the bar's lights. I look at his life, then I look at mine, and I know history is just doomed to repeat itself. Oh my god. I'm just kidding. He's retired with his new girlfriend in Acapulco. We watch the sunset every night, probably screw like donkeys. Wait, aren't rabbits the ones who screw a lot? Oh, sorry, I didn't realize you were an expert on which animals screw a lot.
Ugh.
Please stop saying the word screw. Robert finishes his drink and slides it away from him. He gets up out of the booth. Me and Monsieur are gonna hit the bricks. You coming with? Mary casts one last glance at the sad sap she'd been hunting and downs the rest of her wine in one gulp.
Hey.
This place is dead anyway.
Ah.
We exit the bar and find the typically empty street filled with a small crowd of people. At the front is a guy with a really deliberate attitude and bad posture. He carries a lantern he shines up at his face for dramatic effect. What's going on? Looks like it's one of those walking ghost tours. They do that in this part of town all the time. I've always wanted to do one of those.
Ah.
You know all the stories are fake, right? Huh. Pretty much all my stories are fake. This is research. Robert makes a beeline towards the back of the group. He turns around when he notices that I'm not following him. Come on! Can't just crash it, can we? Don't be such a square, monsieur. Just act like you belong. Robert sidles up to the tour group. I reluctantly fall into step behind him. Oh, here goes nothing. Quinn, what are you doing here? Hey, it was in this place in 1694 that the most infamous witch trials were held. To date, we do not know if the people burned at the stake were actually witches, but it is widely reported that the ghosts still haunt this hapless dive bar to this very day. It's actually 1692.
All right.
What? And the site was over by the coffee shop down the road. I'm sorry, who are you? Daniel McSturgis, ghost historian? And this is my colleague, Dr. Loomis, paranormal investigator extraordinaire. We're touring America's most haunted locations as research for our new book. You may have seen our guest cameo in Paranormal House Hunters Extreme Edition. A couple of people in the group start nodding. Man, Robert's good at this. Yes, this is the exact same man that cried at Joseph's dance. Are you guys part of the group? I don't remember seeing you at the first stop. We'd like to keep a low profile. Easier to catch ghosts that way.
Hey, sailor.
They've definitely been here. Been standing next to them the whole time. Thank you, random lady who I do not know.
Mm-hmm.
As I was saying, the epicenter of paranormal activity can be found at the Coffee Spoon over there. The man who runs it has been plagued by hauntings since he signed the lease. Damn near driven him mad. But whatever you want to say is cool, I guess. It's your tour.
Oh.
Man, didn't know that about Matt. Wait, Robert's making this up. The rest of the tour group listens intently to Robert's every word. I think the tour guide can tell you that he's losing the group. He seems to be getting flustered.
That's the good stuff.
Thank you for your contribution and knowledge, Mr. McSturgis. Let's move on to the next haunted location. Robert, Mary, and I follow the group down the street. The tour guide's shirt is cool. Yeah, everyone in the group gets one if we make it to the final location. I turn to Robert and grab him by the shoulders. I need that t-shirt!
Mm-hmm.
Well, guess we're in this for the long haul then. Just follow my lead. Don't arouse too much suspicion, and we'll have cool ghost shirts in no time.
Hey.
Our group arrives at an old, decrepit, colonial-style home.
Nice.
A quick pause in the tour. My name is Quinn, but most people on the ghost tour circuit call me Tour Master Quinn. I'm a DJ, trivia master, and part-time actor.
That's the good
I do
stuff.
private ghost hunting events, birthday parties, MC bar mitzvahs, and perform traditional vaudeville and mime work. Tour Master Quinn gives out headshots to all of us. His resume is on the back. Stage combat experience. Anyway, here's a little bit of history for you all. This was the home of the noted American author Dorothy Pembridge, whose prose was widely popular in the late 19th century. It was in the attic of this very home where she wrote classics such as The Diaries of a Victorian Mistress, Lady Fitzwilliam's Courtship, and The Ghost of Sea Captain Reginald Barclay. She unfortunately died of consumption shortly after the turn of the century, but several people have reported that on some nights you can see a light from the attic where the ghost of Miss Pembridge continues working on her latest bestseller. I guess you could say that she was consumed by her work.
I am sad. I'm so sad.
No reaction from the crowd. This guy needs to work on his dad jokes.
Oh.
Actually, consumption is the popular cover-up. A little-known fact is that it was a murder-suicide.
All right.
I'm pretty sure she died of consumption. Sure, and we definitely didn't hire Stanley Kubrick to elaborately fake the moon landing. That's the watered-down version. The watered-down censored version they teach you in school, but if you can't handle the real story, I understand. It's not for the faint of heart. Can we...
Ah.
I think everyone would much rather hear what this world-renowned ghost historian has to say. Right, everybody?
Oh.
The group murmurs in agreement. Huh. This is a topic we cover extensively in our book. Dr. Loomis, would you care to tell the story?
That's the good stuff.
Go with something I know. In the 19th century, Dorothy Pembridge was credited for protecting New York City from potentially world-ending paranormal forces. Despite her success, her ragtag group of ghost hunters was disbanded by government officials. However, after learning that the ghost of Vija the Carpathian had taken an interest in her son, her and her ghost-busting friends launched a mission to defeat the ghost and once again save New York City.
Ah.
Hey, isn't that the plot to... Nope, it's not. Tour guide sees this as an opportunity to take back the group and addresses us with some razzle-dazzle. What an interesting story. Now, I just want everyone to know that the next location is extremely terrifying. If anyone thinks they can't handle it, feel free to excuse yourself. Alright, I'm bored. Mary turns to a young guy looking at his phone and taps him on the shoulder. Hey kid, fancy buying a gal a drink? The guy looks up at her and smiles. Only if the bar is haunted. Honey, I can show you the most haunted place in town. I think I could exorcise your demons, if that's what you're looking for.
Hey.
Don't rat dicks it checks your dick can't cash, kid. His eyes go wide. Mary salutes me and Robert! She suddenly pulls me to a hug and murmurs into my ear.
Oh.
When you've known Rob for as long as I have, you know when something's wrong. Keep an eye on him for me tonight, okay? Sure, Mary. Good man. Mary pats me on the back and pulls away. She takes the guy's hand and leads him down the street.
Hey.
Take it sleazy, fellas. God help that poor soul. Mary or the kid? Both. Our last stop, this burial ground, is such a hotbed of horrifying paranormal activity that I'm not even sure where to begin. There's the wailing ghost of the Wharfman, the vampire of Maple Bay, the children of the moonlight. What about the Dover ghost? By this point, the tour guide is clearly irritated with us.
I'm so sad.
What about it?
Oh.
Oh, nothing. I just think it would be a crime to come all the way out to the cemetery, the actual origin of one of New England's most notorious paranormal entities, and not even mention the infamous Dover ghost. That's not a real thing. This is absolutely not a real thing. I think someone needs to brush up on their paranormal history. I know tons of paranormal history. I know every ghost story in this area. Traveling grifter. I can guarantee you there's one you don't know. Robert looks over at me and smiles. Would you folks care to hear the tale of how Loomis and I met?
Hey!
No! The entire group shushes the tour guide.
I'm just so tired all the time.
Okay, fine. Tell the story.
I don't know.
Well, it was a dark and stormy night. I wasn't always a paranormal investigator.
Oh.
Way back when, I was just a
Hey!
traveling grifter. Moving from town to town, always looking for my next mark. Wasn't an easy life, but I had fun. Taking from the rich, giving to the poor. Actually, also taking from the poor.
Ah.
I had shaky moral foundation. I happened upon the quiet town of Maple Bay quite by accident, but little did I know that the city had a dark side. Now, about the same time, I was just starting out as an apprentice to a rather famous ghost hunter who was an old family friend of mine. Carried the equipment, operated the EVP machine, all that. Wait, yes? Who was the famous ghost hunter?
Oh.
Well, I don't like to name drop, but Georgia Mathers. The tour group gasps.
Hey!
Georgia Mathers? She's a legend. You know her?
Oh.
Knew her. Amazing woman. Died mysteriously. Miss you, Georgie.
Oh.
Anyway, we were in Maple Bay investigating some reports of strange lights and sounds coming from the cemetery late at night. Now, we had been warned by the old crypt keeper that this place was highly dangerous, but Georgia was never one to shy away from an adventure. We camped out in the center of the cemetery for 3 nights straight. We endured your so-called wailing watchman, wailing ghost of the Wharfman. Whatever. Your stupid vampire was just a teenager in a mask, but the Dover ghost. Man, tell him, Loomis. So there I was, just walking back to my hotel after a long day of working a couple of short cons. Classic pigeon drop scam, putting out feelers for a rip deal. I was going to steal a baby, probably. Would have made me rich. I found myself walking past this very cemetery. Now, I never was a very superstitious man, but something seemed off. I could hear some sort of commotion happening deep within the graveyard, and I felt compelled to investigate. And thank God you did. George and I were conducting a seance in the mausoleum. First things were pretty normal, but after about an hour, everything went south. Playing back the EVP meter, we were able to hear a single word.
Huh?
Run.
Hey.
The air suddenly went cold. Something was very, very wrong. I just knew we weren't alone. We started to hear this faint, distant scraping noise, like something being dragged across the ground. It got louder and louder until it was deafening, some kind of demented howl. And then I felt it. Someone, something, grabbing my ankle. Robert has the whole crowd, hook, line, and sinker. You could hear a pin drop. I've only cried twice in my life. Once was at the birth of my daughter. The other was when that thing started dragging me. I wasn't sure where it was taking me, but knew it was no place I wanted to go. I was sure I was going to die. The moment I crossed the gate into the cemetery, I heard this god-awful screeching. I ran into the mausoleum just in time to see a man being pulled across the floor by... God, to this day, the mere thought of it ties my stomach into knots. It looks like a man, but like... I glanced at Robert. Like someone who didn't know what a man was supposed to look like tried to put one together. The arms were too long, its eyes glowed red, it was like a walking shadow. What'd I do? What any good person must do. I lunged for... Shoot, what was his fake name again? Daniel McSturgis. Daniel. I I grabbed his hand and entered into a tug of war with the unholiest of forces.
Huh?
I thought I was gonna be torn in half.
Hey.
I had God on my side. The pocket Bible I always kept on me fell out of my shirt pocket. To this day, I can remember what passage it opened up to. Then shall the dust return to the earth as it was, and the spirit shall return unto God who gave it. I have no idea where Robert pulled that verse from. But with a horrifying growl, the entity finally relented. Daniel and I collapsed onto the ground exhausted. We were both covered in blood.
Hmm?
That damn creature clawed into my chest. Got me real good. Had to get 16 stitches. Robert pulls down the collar of his shirt to reveal a long, wicked scar across his pecs.
Mm.
And that's how I got this scar.
Hey.
I followed Georgia Mathers to the ends of the earth. We faced exorcisms, demons, poltergeists that threw our equipment across the room, but I'd never seen Georgia so scared. She was never quite the same after that, and neither was I. Watching what happened to Daniel and Georgia shook my faith. But I came out of that experience a better man and a better friend. And we've been brothers ever since. The tour group gives us a round of applause as Robert and I share an emotional hug. As he embraces me, I can smell the cologne on his neck. Wow, Robert does clean up good. I find myself lingering a little too long in the hug. The tour guide seems to have bought it. Even he's wiping a tear from his eyes. Thank you, thank you. It's an honor to be able to share our story. Be sure to watch out for our book. Paranormal Excursions of the Supernatural, Ice Road Ghost Trekkers. Robert has to suppress a laugh at that one.
Hey.
Well, I think you both definitely earned your t-shirts. The tour guide hands us the coveted t-shirts. He then slips us both a business card and leans in close.
Whoa.
If you guys are ever in need of a professional actor, balloon animal artist, Elvis impersonator, or nude model, please don't hesitate to contact me.
Ah.
You got it, buddy. After a couple of tourists take selfies with us, we split away from the group and walk home. That was incredible! I really can't believe they bought all of that. I didn't know you had it in you, Monsieur. Excuse me, Dr. Loomis.
Hmm.
That bit about the pocket Bible was aces, although giving the Dover ghost glowing red eyes was a little cliche. And then the Kubrick conspiracy theory bit wasn't,
Oh.
all a part of the character. Well, we got the shirts out of it. We arrive in front of Robert's house.
Huh.
Want to have a drink? Is that even a question? Robert, how long have you known me for? Do you really think I would turn down the opportunity to share a fine alcoholic beverage with my treasured friend and accomplice, Mr. Robert Bobbert Small?
Oh.
If you ever call me Bobbert again, I will kick you right in the shins. Both of them.
Hey.
Then you can expect an angry phone call from my orthopedist in the morning.
Huh.
Bobbert. Robert just laughs and starts unlocking his door. My shins live to die another day.
Oh.
Robert leads me inside. I can't help but think about what Mary said to me. Robert did seem a little bit off, but that completely disappeared when we were joking around with the ghost tour. I don't know, he's hard to read. While I'm thinking, I hear claws skittering across the floor. Oh god, it's his pit bull. I'm about to be torn to shreds. I shut my eyes tight and brace for impact. Betsy, hey, be nice. I don't feel anything but tiny paws scratching at my shoes. I open my eyes. Betsy?
Mm-hmm.
Robert's dog jumps away from me, running around in circles and sniffing Robert's legs. He pats her on the head. Hey, that's not a pit bull. This is the cutest, dumbest Boston Terrier I've ever seen. Betsy, you're not a pit bull? And you weren't taken by the Dover ghost? Betsy's made of tougher stuff than that, ain't you, girl? Betsy rolls over for some well-deserved belly rubs.
Oh.
I just keep a picture of a large pit bull in my wallet in case of emergencies. Comedic emergencies. We make our way to Robert's living room. For a quiet man with arguably the oldest pickup truck that can be legally driven, his place is amazing. There are sleek, modern appliances throughout the room with a big flat-screen TV mounted on the wall. He has shelves upon shelves of DVDs. Guess he wasn't lying about being really into cinema. He pours us both glasses of whiskey from a well-stocked bar in the corner while Betsy curls up on a pile of cushions. So, how did you really get that scar? And don't tell me you got it fishing for Alaskan king crabs in the Bering Sea or something. You trained me too well. Robert laughs and takes a sip of his drink.
Oh?
My daughter and I were riding our bikes. I hit a rock, flew over the handlebars, and then we went to the hospital. And that's it.
Oh.
Not a very interesting story. I've never heard you talk about your daughter. Well, I have one.
Oh?
That's her. He points at a picture on the wall of a very serious little girl with dark eyes. Yep, that's definitely Robert's daughter. How old is she? 25, 26, not too sure. Does she live around here?
Really?
No, Thal lives back home in Brooklyn. Works at some new media online magazine thing. Makes buckets, though.
Hmm?
Suddenly seems really serious. I probably shouldn't press him about it.
Hey.
You like Santana? Yes.
Hi.
Great. Robert puts on Santana, then takes a seat on the couch next to me. He suddenly downs his drink in one gulp. Hey, are you alright?
Sup?
Robert leans in and kisses me, the taste of whiskey burning my lips. I'm surprised at first, but slowly relax into his arms. He pulls away slightly, his lips barely brushing against my mouth. I am now. I can't say anything, at best managing a sigh. Robert leans in again, kissing me harder. He pulls my bottom lip between his teeth and bites lightly, sliding a hand under my shirt. My heart pounds in my chest as he lies us both down on the couch. He kisses a trail down my neck, his teeth grazing my skin. This skin's spicy! I just... Wait. It's not that. Robert bites down and I have to stifle a moan! Stop. Robert stiffens up and pulls away.
I don't know.
No biting? No, I'm more than okay with that. Something's up. Robert runs a hand through his hair and looks away. I'm fine. I've just been kind of stressed out. Tired, not a big deal. Push it! Listen, I want this as badly as you do, but I know something's wrong. I need to make sure that you're okay. Robert stares at the ground.
Mm.
You don't know me that well, Monsieur. I'm not a good person. He takes a deep breath.
Mm.
I spent my whole life only taking and taking and taking, and now here I am, an old, broken man sitting on top of a pile of everything I've ever taken. Alone. But I want to know you. You don't have to keep hiding behind fake stories and acting like you don't have feelings.
Huh.
It's... He sighs heavily.
Oh.
It's Val. She's visiting tomorrow. She wants to patch things up. Are you... I'm sorry, but is this a bit? No. When was the last time you saw her? 3, 4, I think. Months?
Hmm?
Years. I sit up straight. Jesus, Robert, what happened between you two?
Mm.
I don't want to talk about it. Robert and I sit in silence, neither of us wanting to look at each other, both of us unsure of what to do next.
Hmm?
Fine.
Hmm.
Things were already bad between us. I cared about her. I always did. Things just got in the way. And before I knew it, she was leaving for college, wanting nothing to do with me. Marilyn and I moved out here to settle down. Thought it would help to get away from all the distractions, all of the money, drinking. But temptation gets to you. I tried to be better, but I just couldn't. And then the accident changed everything. I think every day about how she must have died, hating me. I never became the better man that she wanted me to be, the one she always saw in me. She was the last thread Val and I had connecting us together. I didn't know that when I lost my wife, I was going to lose my daughter, too. Robert, I spent so much time chasing after things I thought were going to make me happy that I ruined my only real chance at happiness. Now my wife is dead and my daughter hates me. And then I convinced myself that this, he gestures vaguely in my direction, was going to make me happy. Why do I even try anymore? I'm so sorry. I know how hard it is to...
Mm.
No, you don't. How could you possibly know how this feels? You did everything right. Your daughter loves you. You're a good person. I was a terrible husband, and I'm an even worse father. I have no idea why she's even bothering to contact me now. I know I'm just gonna fuck it up like I always do. I'm broken. I shouldn't even go. Robert puts his head in his hands. Tell him what he needs to hear. Nothing is going to change until you do. Robert pauses. He looks at me. There are lots of things in my life that I regret, that I wish I could take back or do over, and it hurts so much to know that I can't. But what I can do, and what you have the privilege of doing tomorrow morning, is to wake up and try to be a better person than you were the day before. Things aren't going to fix themselves tomorrow, or the next day, and patching things up with Val isn't going to solve all of your problems either. But nothing is going to change if you don't. And you can't love anyone else until you stop hating yourself. And you're right, I don't know you that well. But you have the same capacity for good that we all have. And I know you can find it. Val is giving you a chance. Don't waste it. But, Robert, listen to me. It's going to be okay. But I lean over and embrace Robert, pulling him in as tightly as I can. He buries his head into my shoulder, hugging me back. It's gonna be okay. Y'all hear that? Y'all hear that? Y'all hear that shit? It's gonna be okay. It's gonna be fine. Everything is gonna work out. Okay? Good. Okay, now that we've had that conversation, let's continue. I will throat grab you again. I'll do it. Laura, look at me. Everything's gonna be okay. This is a threat and a promise. Okay? Okay. Anyways, I place a hand on the back of his head and stroke his hair. He shudders and sobs, and I realize that he's crying. Thank you. We stay there for a while, holding each other. We both eventually drift off to sleep. Robert! You can always send it in the Discord.
If it bleeds, we can kill it.
Robert, what the fuck? No, more specifically, Danny, what the fuck?
Hi, Wings.
Huh? Aw.
Oh.
Oh my god, it's all the dads! Walk over to Mary, who's having a lively conversation with Amanda. So, kid, you're gonna use some. Oh, they've had this conversation already. Stop!
Give it a rest. Come on.
Oh no, his daughter's hot! Oh no! Oh no! And I'm here for my revenge. You're Robert's kid, aren't you? Spot on. I guess that makes you Monsieur, huh? Yeah, it's nice to meet you. I'm glad Robert brought you along. He promised there would be free food, so that's kind of hard to pass up. And look, I don't know you, but but can I get real with you for a sec? My old man's a real closed book, you know? Me and him, we got a long way to go. You don't erase decades of neglect in a week, but you sure can get tired of staying angry about it. That kind of bitterness, it poisons you, I think. I'm too young for that. Anyway, lately he's been better? A lot better. And between him shaving for once and how much he talks about you, I get the feeling you have something to do with it. So, thanks. Robert means a lot to me. I'm glad he's getting better. Just Keep an eye on him while I'm not around, okay? Or else. What? I'm kidding. Or am I? I don't know why I'm like this. I think it runs in the family. Amanda trots up to the conversation. Hey, I love your necklace. And your hair. Geez, your whole vibe is cool. Thanks. I like your jacket. My girlfriend collects pins too. And she's sapphic! Can we get a W in the chat for the gays? Oh, this is my daughter, Amanda. Amanda, this is Robert's daughter, Val. Nice meeting you. I heard you're a photographer.
Oh.
Aspiring photographer. I'm going to school for it. You take pictures? Yes. Then you're a photographer. Welcome to the biz. Val hands Amanda a business card. If you're ever looking for internships, shoot me an email. This is so good. This is so good. This is so good. Anyway, I need to go make friends with that woman over there who's dual-wielding wine glasses. Catch you later. Val walks away. She's so cool. She gave me her business card. She touched my hand. Congrats, you just networked for the first time. I'm a regular business lady now. Quarterly projections, stock market, synergy. While you're making a fortune as a businesswoman, I gotta keep this party going. Catch you around, Pops. Ugh, Brian, get out of here.
Hey.
Hi, Craig. Hi, Briar. Hi, Hazel. Hi, Joseph.
Hey.
Hugo!
Ah.
Oh. Oh.
Matt!
Oh.
Damian! Okay. Dream mommy. I'll leave you to it. Me and the Emmas are gonna go get ice cream. Love you, Pops. I take a seat next to Robert as the last guests make their way out of the party. Hey. Hey. Robert gestures vaguely to the snack table. Good stuff. Yep. So, I had a chance to talk to Val. She physically threatened you? Yeah, that's my girl. She said you've been doing better. Trying to work on the vices. I also showered today. We sit in silence for a moment.
I don't know.
You know, every day for me is a battle against my own self-destructive habits. This is just what it's like to date me that is mentally ill. But lately, it's gotten a little easier.
Huh.
Thanks for talking some sense into me. It's hard to get things through my thick skull sometimes, but what you said that night has actually helped. I'm glad.
Oh?
I like you, Monsieur. I like you a lot. I haven't felt this way about someone in a long time. I lean in and kiss him for a moment before he pulls away. He takes my hand in his.
Ah.
You're special to me, but I have some stuff I need to work on. Emotionally, before I can get into anything romantic with you. You deserve better than who I am right now. I need to be on my own for a bit, figure some things out. Of course. I think what you need right now is a friend, and I'm very happy to be that for you. Thank you. That means a lot to me. And if you're ever ready for more than that, you know where to find me. Let's hunt ghosts sometime? I would love that. I put my head on his shoulder and we watch the sun slowly dip below the horizon together. Oh no, he's hot! Vile. That was it! That's Robert! Can I say something controversial? I don't think his story was good, but I still think I like Damien more. Damien had me wrapped up in blankets, kicking my feet and squealing. Like, I got a little of that with Robert, you know? But like, ain't nothing compare to my man. I'd say that Robert's a close number 2 though. Just because of his story. Yes, I was wrong about him. And I like that they weren't pushing Robert into a relationship with us. And that it was like, hey, I need to figure shit out on my own. And then maybe we can talk about something, because like that's the healthy thing to do. I'm excited to see his picture. Matt Damon Hugo, yeah. Matt is, there's just something, is it because he's a barista? Is it because Matt is a barista? Oh no. Well, get used to it, because in 3 weeks and 2 days, you're gonna have to live with me, so... Oh, I have no doubt that she won't. No, I didn't mean to stress you out! Laura, I'm sorry. Alright, guys, get focused, get focused. This is not that good of a picture. I'm disappointed. Points for cute dog. Picture is not satisfying. But you know what picture is satisfying? I love him. I love him so much. Daddy. He's so baby girl. Craig's picture is also cute. He's a cutie. I know. Joseph's is cursed and upsetting. Brian's is also upsetting. And I don't know. I know, we need Matt so bad. We need Matt so bad. Oh no. Oh no. Who's gonna be? Who's gonna be? Matt? David, Craig, Robert, Joseph, Brian, Terps. Oh, okay, okay. I was like, wow, really? Craig goes above Robert for story? I mean, we love a good bromance, but like, still. This one's just so good. Like the art, like the shading of it is just so good. It's so good for no reason. The oh no, not the bulge. Daddy. Dream Daddy. It's not good. I just like the fact that he rejected us and was like, we'll still have Margarita Zone. Shut up. Shut the fuck up. Cool. So on Friday, we can do the Matt and Hugo double feature plus Joseph's secret ending. And then we'll go from there with game.